What's good, MMA YouTube? This is the Violent Life Podcast. I'm your host, V, and my boy Lucas, and we are going to be getting into the historic fight week, UFC 329. Lucas, how you doing, my brother?
I'm good, man. The Mac is back, and I have so many questions that I can't wait to get answered.
The Mac is
Now,
back.
I know you're ready for this weekend.
Been ready.
We're gonna have a good time Saturday. This is gonna be a
Oh,
great card.
yes, we are. Yes, we are. It's going to be an historic. This card from top to bottom is a great card. If the White House card wasn't a thing, this would easily be the best card of the year, and it still could deliver to be the best card of the year. So I can't wait.
Agreed. Let's get into the first fight of the night, man. Alessandro Costa versus Cody Durden.
I'm gonna take Costa. I like Durden. He had a big upset win a couple months ago, but I think this style just is perfect for Costa. Cody's a dog. He's a fan favorite for me. He always brings it. He's a gamer, but I got Costa inside the distance for sure.
Unfortunately, I agree. I'm a big fan of Cody Durden. You and I both got to meet him at PFL MSG years ago, and he was really cool dude.
Really
I
cool,
just
dude.
think that Alessandro Costa is dangerous. He looked filthy in his last fight. He's coming off it was like a hook to the body finish. And Cody hasn't shown to be that durable. And I don't think he has the durability to deal with Alessandro Costa. And I think one way or the other, Alessandro Costa is going to finish this fight before the bell ends.
I think so too. Whether that be knockout or club and sub.
Right, exactly. I mean, it's not uncommon for Cody Durden to get tapped out. So it's, you know,
I'll be rooting for Cody, but the pick is Costa for sure.
agreed. Listen, I'll root for Cody every day, every time, you know, just hope for the best.
On to the next fight. We have Zachary Reese taking on Ryan Gondra.
Man, I think we're going to get to see Zachary Reese get knocked out first round. He's been knocked out in the first before, and I see this one happening the same way. He's not. It's another test of toughness where I just don't think this guy has the toughness to take the hard shots that he's going to need to win this fight. He could out experience Gondra, but that's just not something I'm expecting to see.
Yeah, I agree. I do think eventually Gondra, he has these like very winging shots. He doesn't keep when I just being a striker, I'm always accustomed to it's the how Roger Mayweather broke it down is in boxing exchanges, you always want to have somebody home. So you're never gonna like if you throw a jab, you don't drop the right. It's basically like you're leaving the house with the doors unlocked type of thing. So you always want to have somebody home. Whatever you throw, you always keep the rear hand up, the lead hand up, whatever you're throwing. Gandra seems to drop his hands a little bit in this fight, I don't think it's going to matter much, but going forward, he's going to eventually get tested. I just don't think it's going to be in this fight. I see first or second round knockout for Gondra.
Yeah, absolutely, man. And then the fun one, Damian
Nah,
Pinas.
nah, 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 nah. We got a new fight.
What happened? Who's
Fareed Basharat has a new step up opponent on short notice.
what's his name again? I saw this.
John Garza. I did
Yeah,
a
dude.
I did a little bit of tape study on Garza, but nothing was able to convince me that he's going to beat a guy like Fareed. Just keep it short and sweet. You know, Garza is probably going to get another chance in the UFC because he's taking a chance right now. So after we see this fight, we could kind of get a real feel for him. But Fareed, undefeated prospect, he's a veteran at this point. I could see a sub. I could see a sub.
What would you consider Fareed a lock of the night?
It's tricky, because I considered Wellmaker a lock of the night at MSG when Ewing stepped in on short notice. I think when it comes to these type of fights, is we don't really know what the other guy's coming in with just yet. You could go off of the regional scene all you want, but you don't know. So I would stay away from a lock, but I would say high confidence pick for sure.
I I think of the Wellmaker versus Ewing fight immediately, just like you do. But the one thing that I try to keep in my mind is like that was lightning in the in a bottle, and I don't think the odds of that happening again so soon are high. So I
But
agree. High confidence pick for Basharat, and I think that I personally, off first impressions, I saw the picture of this Garzo guy, and I thought he looked so goofy.
he's
So
young. He's young. He's like 23, I think. But he
no,
looks he looks fresh out of high school.
yeah, exactly, exactly. I was like, they're giving Basharat a kid,
They
So
got Bosharov's price tag right now on DraftKings at -600, so it's probably going to
that's
grow, but I would say I would price him at about -600 as well. High confidence pick,
that's
just can't say he's a lock because I don't know much about this Garza kid.
yeah, yeah,
The next fight,
awesome. Now we
Pinas
got it.
and Almeida.
Oh man, this is a solid fight for the card. I wouldn't say too much hype behind this one. Everyone seems to giggle at Pinos's name. Almeida is kind of irrelevant, but Pinos is the favorite here. But I think that Almeida has the experience advantage, and I think that that's going to play a major role. And I do believe we could see Almeida get the win by decision here. To be fair, Pinas is not lost. He's had one DQ loss, but that's not him getting beat by other person's skills. So if we saw him lose, that would be his first loss. But right now, we've been seeing all these undefeated guys take their first L's, and I don't really see anyone on Panas's record that makes me go, "Oh wow, this guy knows what he's doing." So I think I'm going to take the chance here and take Cesar Almeida.
This one is one of the fights on the card where it's a coin flip for me. I'm not really too confident either way I lean, but I do agree. Pinas had his debut against Wes Schultz. Was that his name?
Uh,
Wes Schultz.
yep.
Wes Schultz couldn't hold a candle to Cesar Almeida when it comes to striking. Cesar Almeida is somebody that has beaten Alex Pereira in kickboxing. So, if this is going to be a striking fight, I could see Almeida weathering a storm. He's been hurt. He is 38. He has been hurt in a couple of his fights, but we really see him lose when the grappling is implemented. So if Pinas were to win, he would have to utilize some grappling, or maybe he does just have those nukes in his hands. But I would need to see a little bit more than just a quick finish over Wes Schultz to give him that respect to where I would say, oh, yeah, he's just going to go out and knock out a guy like Cesar Almeida. So I'm going to pick Cesar Almeida. I'm not going to go by it. I'm not going to say a method because I'm not confident in the pick, but I do think that skill wise on the feet, he is better. It's just going to be a question of if Pinas has that much power and if he's going to land that shot and put Caesar out.
Yeah. Awesome. On to the piss break of the card, if you will.
And the only
We,
female fight on the card.
yeah. We got Tracy Cortez versus Wang Kong. I think I know what you're thinking here, but why don't you tell me?
But what I'm thinking is we got Pinas, then Wang back to back. So this is another fight I am not confident in the pick. It's a coin flip for me. I think that in this fight, though, different from the other fight, is that we are going to know who wins this fight within the first few minutes of this fight. If Tracy could get this fight to the ground, establish her control, she's gonna win this fight. But if she can't get Wang to the ground, and if she can't control Wang's gonna piece her up, touch her up, do more damage. The fact that it's a 3 round fight is a little bit more worrying for Wang because, Tracy could pull off 2 rounds just by controlling on the ground. But I'm a lean damage over control in this fight, and I don't think Tracy doesn't do damage. She doesn't finish people. She doesn't do damage. So I'm gonna lean towards Wang here to get more damage, do more damage, and pull off a split decision 29-28 victory.
Yeah, agreed. I do think that, as far as this fight goes, I don't think there's any threat of a finish from Tracy. Tracy actually has 2 finishes overall in her entire UFC career. That's one by knockout, one by sub. So I'm not really too worried about Wang getting in any trouble there. You know, Tracy has a lot of experience going to decisions, and maybe she could figure out a way to win 2 rounds, but at this point in her career, I just don't think she has the fire to deal with someone as hungry as Wang. I think Wang's going to come out, showcase her striking, and I would say, I would want to say that I think Wang gets the knockout, but Tracy's never been knocked out. So I think we're going to see at least 2 rounds of Tracy just getting her face punched, maybe 1 round of Tracy getting the grappling, or maybe Wang controls all 3. But I'm pretty confident that Wang's going to win this one by decision.
A good parlay prop if you want to add it to your parlay. It's not bad money right now, but on DraftKings, Kong Wang, finish only, decision, no action, basically meaning the bet gets voided or you win. Uh, the only way you lose is if Tracy gets a finish. Kong Wang, minus 295. It's a decent little juice to your parlay if you want to add it to your parlay. I think that's pretty much a lock. Whether Cortez wins a decision, your parlay gets voided. Kong wins a decision, gets voided, or she gets a finish, it hits.
You
So
you could also parlay Wang Kong and Damian Pinas for the cock parlay.
yeah, you could. The cock.
I don't know if it's going to hit, but
Let's not be gay.
anyways, moving on. Luke Riley versus Kai Kamaka III. How do you see this going?
I'm gonna go Luke Riley. Again, I'm not gonna go by it. I'm not gonna pick a method here. I would lean decision. He made Michael Asbell look decent. It wasn't that good of a performance. And Kai Kamaka, he's tough to finish. The one thing with Kai Kamaka is I can't get over the fact that this guy lost to Diego Brandao. The Diego Brandao at that point, like he lost to him. That's kind of inexcusable. But he did beat Brendan Loughnane, so that you got that on him. But
He lost to Brendan Loughnane.
did he?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. So even more, Luke Riley decision should be a good fight. Kai Kamaka's tough.
I think when you look at these guys, Kai's been knocked out twice in his whole career, and I don't think he's been knocked out since, I believe it was 2020. So I think that this is pretty promising to end with Luke Riley winning by decision. Kai looked good against Dakota Hope, but I do believe that Dakota Hope and Luke Riley are on different levels. And, Kai had really good wrestling defense against Dakota Hope. And I don't think we're going to be seeing that come into play at all in this fight. So I think we're going to see Kai get outpointed probably every round. I'm not expecting him to win 1 round.
I'm expecting him to win a round. I'm
Okay.
expecting maybe 29-28 on one judge's scorecard at
He's
least.
got the experience, so he could, but Luke Riley's hot and new, and Kamaka's old, and,
And
kind
this is
of
the thing.
been.
This is the thing is when you fight also, 'cause this is going to transfer into the co-main event, is when you got teammates that are fighting on a card. when the teammate that starts it off really sets that tone. Because I fought on cards with teammates, and when my teammate fights before me, I'm more nervous for their fight than I am my fight. And when they win, it just it fills you with so much energy, pride. You know, I can name so many things, but this is going to set a tone for that co-main event, especially if Luke Riley gets a finish, for sure.
Yeah, yeah. Which it would be impressive to see him get a finish.
It
I
would,
don't I don't see it coming into play, but I
no,
think Luke Riley for sure will win this one.
for sure. Moving on, Cody G and Adrian Young. I would say this is closer to my lock on the card.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I'm not going to call him my lock on the card, but he's almost at my lock on the card. I'm going to go with Adrian Yanez by knockout.
yeah. I think that that's a very good safe bet. Yanez coming off that really controversial fight with Ricky Simone. I thought he looked really good in that. He almost had the fight over in the third. I personally thought he lost the first two rounds, but I thought he looked sharp enough and he kept it close enough that he still looks good. He still looks hungry. Cody Garbrandt's been in this game for so long. He he doesn't have that fire in him. And when
He's
he gets that fire in him, he doesn't keep it. We saw it in the last fight. He got up after getting kicked in the nuts, got super excited, ran at the guy, did nothing.
he's
So,
he, Cody's well past it. When Cody was coming up 10 years ago, his success was not only did he have power, his speed, but he wasn't afraid to engage with guys. And he got knocked out twice by TJ. He got knocked out by Pedro. And then he switched up. I remember he had that main event with Rob Font in the Apex, and he basically got 50-45 because he was just not engaging. He was showing like he was trying to be patient, and it didn't work for him. And then he kind of went back to that against Kai, got knocked out. It's been 5 years since he's been knocked out. He's kind of due. I think this is going to be similar to the Rob Font fight, except Yanez has a different level of pressure. And, that's contradicting because Yanez got finished by Font, but that was a different time. But I think Yanez is going to finish him at some point, probably second round.
I was thinking the same thing. I think Cody's going to be durable. I think Cody's going to be durable in the first. I could even see him maybe getting hurt, but kind of recovering towards the end of the first. And I think round two, after they've had 5 minutes to really figure out their timing, their reach, all of that, I think Yanez will find the shot to put him away. But this is honestly for me, this is another scenario where I think one guy's going to win, but I'll be heavily rooting the other way. I love Cody Garbrandt. I want to see him get another win. He won me money when I was in Vegas, and I'd love to see him get the win. I don't see it happening.
Yeah, I love Cody G. He's always going to be one of my favorite fighters. But I do like Yanez's style too, so I won't be upset.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely, man.
We
Now,
don't
yeah.
we don't even got to break down this next fight. Don't overthink this fight. Gable Stevenson's going to win in round one, knockout. That's it. It's
I
over. It's done. That's
I
it.
got it by sub. I got it by sub.
So, okay, first round finish. Gable Stevenson, don't overthink it. Don't be that fucking dweeb that's trying to be different, picking the underdog, so you could
Yeah.
be right if it happens. It's not gonna happen. Not in this
Right.
fight.
It's like it's just like picking Kyle Dawkins against Bo Nickel. Like, just don't do it. You
So,
know what I'm saying? You want to be different, and it only leads to one path, which is being wrong.
don't do it. Don't do it. Just Gable Stevenson's gonna win, bro. It is what it is.
Agreed.
It's over. It's done. That's it.
Yeah, agreed. We don't even need to dedicate any more time to them.
Nah.
Moving on. Our main event of the prelims. a light heavyweight debut for Robert Whitaker against Nikita Krylov. I'm interested in your prediction for this one.
Do I see Robert Whitaker going on a title run at light heavyweight? No. But I do think he should win this fight. I do think this matchup for him favors him a lot. I see a lot of people picking him by knockout. I don't know if I would call Krylov that washed, but I definitely see Rob doing his thing here and winning. So pretty confident in that too.
I I agree. I'm confident in Robert Whitaker winning. And as far as method, I'm a little less confident in this one, but I'm rocking with Rob by knockout. I think that he's got the experience to come out, put his hands on Krylov, and I think he's gonna have the energy from the crowd, from moving up. This is gonna be a very Rob Whitaker friendly fan base. Nobody's gonna be rooting Krylov. I think the circumstances are gonna lead to a spectacular knockout for Rob. First round.
Okay. I would love to see it. I'd love to see it.
Uh,
I'm definitely going Rob though. Definitely going Rob.
awesome. Awesome. Well, that's our prelims.
And now to the stacked main card. I'm anticipating 3 finishes on this card, at least.
3 finishes on the main.
On the main, at least.
That would be awesome. Yeah.
And it's going to start with this one. UFC knew what they were doing, making this the opening fight on that card.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we got opening the main card is Bobby Green versus one of the most exciting fighters at this weight class, Terrence McKinney. I think I'm gonna wait for you to say your piece before I say where I'm thinking.
I got Terrence McKinney in the first 3 minutes of this fight, man. I don't know if it's going to be knockout. I don't know if it's going to be sub. I do think that Bobby's hands down style, he's going to let Terrence pressure him, come to him. Um, I think it's going to work all in McKinney's favor. I could see a high kick. I could see a straight left down the middle, or even just knocking him down, subbing him. I got Terrence in this fight, first 3 minutes.
Okay. See, I feel like Bobby Green has shown his holes in the past, but I don't think he's gonna come in here and not know that Terrence is a very quick finisher, quick starter. I think he's going to game plan for it. I don't I honestly don't see McKinney knocking him out in the first. I think if this ends in the first for McKinney, it'll be a sub. And I can also see if McKinney gets a little wild, Bobby could catch him. McKinney's been knocked out before, you know. He's not the most successful fighter, but he's got the quickest average fight time. And that's wins and losses combined. So I think I think if this ends in the first round, I do believe that it's kind of 50-50 on who wins it. But I think after we get out of the after we get out of the first round, Bobby's chances of winning go up every second after.
Yeah, that's when you live bet the shit out of Bobby. I just don't think it gets that far. Bobby hasn't fought the best competition as of late. Daniel Zellhuber, fraud. Jeremy Stevens, 40 years old, wore some bare knuckle. You got Gibson, I guess, was a good win now looking back on it. But before that, slept by Roofy, took a lot of damage from Jalen Turner. Drew Dober put him out. I think this is where McKinney shines. And, going back to the game planning factor, everybody that McKinney has fought the past 2 years knows what he does. And majority of them still can't stop it. And I think Bobby, he's almost 40. I mean, I don't know if he's almost 40. He's he's been around a long time. I think this is just set up for Terrence to come out there, finish him quick, move on to the next. And hopefully if he does do it that quick, he actually gets a fucking bonus. He hasn't had a
Yeah,
bonus. Hopefully he gets a bonus.
yeah, that would be sick. I mean, after his last one, even though to be fair, like Yes, his last one was quick and all, but in my opinion, it was a pretty pathetic performance from the opposition. So the credit isn't. I don't give him as much credit.
Just give him a bonus, man.
Yeah, agreed,
Finishing
agreed.
everybody in the first round. Just give him one. Even if he doesn't deserve it, he deserves a bonus at some point.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I'm sure Dana's helped him behind the scenes a little, but yeah, a bonus would be cool. He at least deserves one after never being to a decision in 18 fights.
Yeah.
But moving on, Brennan Royval versus Loner Kavanaugh.
I found out it's pronounced Loney, not Loner. Loney
Loner, I've
Kavanaugh.
heard that.
It's
I've
Loney
heard that.
Kavanaugh. Who do you
Yeah,
got,
well,
kid?
he has to earn me calling his name correctly.
You will
And
after this weekend.
yeah, honestly, bro, I think Brandon Royval is very durable, and I'm thinking he's gonna be able to put up enough of a fight to lose the decision. I got Loner Kavanaugh by decision in this one.
Okay. I'm not picking a method. I could see both outcomes. I just am very confident in Loney to win this fight. Um, is he my lock? Nah, but very confident, very high confident pick. But Royval is very dangerous. You have to watch out for him. He has those knees up the middle, those spinning elbows. He's dangerous on the ground. But I think that those wars are finally catching up to him, and he's going to be facing someone that's faster than Cop, who I also think has power like Cop. So I think, and I can't wait to one day hopefully see Loney versus Van for the belt.
See, it's interesting, man. We're seeing in flyweight the rise of these young prospects, and the timelines are in a way similar. I'm wondering how many times we're gonna see this timeline, if that makes any sense. I think you know, everyone's expecting Loner to win this because every time we've seen the young guy against the old guy in this type of scenario, the young guy always wins. I wouldn't be surprised if this is the time where maybe Royval gets the upset.
I would be surprised.
He, yeah, yeah. I mean, he did it to Tyra. Not that Tyra's as dangerous as Kavanaugh or Van, but
I still think even when Loney wins this, he's gonna need one more
yeah,
because
definitely.
Pantoja's gonna fight for the rematch, and you're gonna have Cop right behind him. Maybe you could do Loney and Tyra after this. After how
Um,
Tyra looked, after how terrible Tyra looked on the feet his last fight, I'm gonna definitely favor Loney. Plus, I also
hey,
think
I think the fight to make if Loner Kavanaugh wins this, I want to see Loner Kavanaugh fight Manel Cop. You give the winner the title shot after Pantoja and Van settle theirs.
yeah, I'm not. You could do that too. You could do that too. But I think the UFC wouldn't miss out on two. Because they're gonna cash out on two different title fights, and both of those that you're talking about are bangers. They're gonna want both of them to fight for the belt. I do think Loney's nightmare matchup, and I know he just lost, but I still think Haraguchi would give him a harder fight than a lot of these guys.
Yeah. Horiguchi, man, he's so good. In his last fight against Cop, he was whooping ass until he got caught. I agree. I think that Horiguchi could definitely give Kavanaugh some problems. He just has to not
Definitely,
get caught.
definitely. And this is a 3 round fight, so we don't really got to talk about cardio. But like people were worried about Kavanaugh's cardio because he got swept by Chop Energy. But we just saw this guy on short notice go into Mexico City and go 5 rounds at the former champ. So I don't think there is any question about his cardio. I think he has top level cardio. I think he just made a poor decision in that energy fight, as did Van, and it happens. Happens to the best
Yeah,
of them.
well, it's kind of like, and I don't know, I'm assuming you've had similar experiences, but like, for example, there was a person at our MMA sparring one day that I was going against, and I kind of realized he's not he's not really gonna throw anything at me, so I kind of just used the round to hit him a little bit, just work on my volume, and he hit me with a punch at one point I did not see coming, and I was like, shit, oh shit, I think that might be the same thing where Loner was, or Loney, however you want to say it, was getting comfortable against Charles Johnson and was like, oh, what's this guy got for me? And then he just got hit with something he didn't see coming. And in a fight, that's going to be a lot more detrimental. So,
And slow and everything. Crazy.
yeah, yeah. Too confident. But that loss is going to transform Kavanaugh and probably already has into just a higher level fighter.
For sure.
Going into the rematch here, Corey Sandhagen versus Mario Batista. You think this goes the same way as last time, or?
I was back and forth with this one, man. I was back and forth with this. I'm gonna go with Mario Batista here.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with
You got a
Mario
method?
Batista. Decision. You
Yeah.
know,
Okay.
the fact that it's a 3-round fight and not a 5-round fight is heavily why I'm going Mario Batista, because I do think Mario can win 2 of the 3 rounds. Plus, when I'm thinking about it, I've been wrong about Bautista for so long now. And, Corey's coming off a very dominant loss to Merab. Granted, Merab's the GOAT of the division, but he got taken down 23 times. He got rocked on the feet. Merab doesn't rock people on the feet. I'm not saying Bautista has the wrestling that Merab does, but to get taken down 23 times in a title fight, I could see Bautista at least getting a takedown every single round here. His striking has improved a lot, and I think even in his loss to Umar, he looked good enough for me to be able to confidently pick him here. I don't want to see it. This is one of the fights I hope I'm wrong, but I am going to go with Bautista 29-28 decision.
See, I'm a really big Mario Batista fan, and it's not because of how he fights or anything he's accomplished in this sport. For me, Mario Batista, I love this guy because every time he fights, I never have to think about it. I think this guy's gonna win or this guy's gonna win, and I think I'm like never wrong. Uh, Mario is just always an obvious option of win or lose to me, and in this one, I think he's gonna lose a decision. I think Corey's gonna get the better out of him, whether it's split or unanimous. I don't see Mario really pushing the pace or pulling anything out of the fire that's gonna change anything for Corey. I don't think this is going to be the hardest matchup of Corey's career. I think this is going to be kind of like Corey versus Walmart or Timu O'Malley, and hopefully this leads to Corey and O'Malley going at it. Mario's out of uh, O'Malley's crew relatively. I think they cross train with each other, so this will tie into the O'Malley fight if we do get to see that. And I have really high hopes for Corey. I love Corey, and I do believe that this might be a like a Johnny Walker, Dominic Reyes style, just point fighting type of fight.
I hope you're right, but I'm going to do a little reverse psychology and pick Mario when I haven't picked him in this
Well,
fight.
that's the other thing that kind of seems like a common trend is every time you and I are against each other when it's Mario's fight, I always win. So
I hope you're right. But
Me too.
I do think that this is where it ends, and Mario's gonna win. He's gonna do enough to win a decision.
No, I don't want to see that. Mario doesn't have a future in the top 5 of this division. But uh,
Well, you will see. We will see Saturday night.
yes, sir. And then for our co-main event, Benoit Saint Denis versus Patty the Batty Pimblett. Who are you taking here, man? This is a close fight, or so they say.
Do I dare? First, I'm gonna go out and say this should be the best slash most competitive fight on the card. This fight. But do I dare go out and say that Patty the Batty is my lock of the card? I don't know if I want to give him that respect as the lock of the card, but he is going to be my pick. High confidence pick for sure.
Yeah, I agree, man. You know, when I looked at the odds, at least on Poly Market, Patty was the underdog, and that kind of surprised me a little bit. And you know, I think Patty's gonna utilize his grappling with this one, and whether he finishes the fight or gets the decision win, I just don't see Patty really getting taken advantage of in any field in this. You know, we've never seen him show visible damage, really. You know, the Gaethje fight, he got hit a lot, you know, same with the Jared Gordon fight. And, you know, Patty had damage on his face after the Gaethje fight, but A, that's Justin Gaethje, and B, even with all the damage he took from Gaethje, he looked relatively fine. I don't see Benoit as the guy that's going to come out here and crack Patty's chin, and I don't think Benoit's got better grappling. So I understand considering at Patty as the lock of the card, but I also would not say lock of the card on that one.
Yeah, Patty, when I look at this fight, every time I watch Benoit, and I saw him in Miami live at MSG, that was kind of too quick. He's very slow. Like his striking is very slow, and he has great wrestling, but when he initiates the grappling, he does it so poorly, so terribly. And going back to his last fight against Hooker, was it against Hooker? Yeah, it was against Hooker. Going back to his last fight, I think we were both watching that fight. It was like Hooker didn't, Benoit didn't necessarily win that fight. It was more so Hooker just has the IQ of a bird. And in the
Of a
second
rock.
round of a rock, and in the second round, when after he stuffed the takedowns in the first, was piecing Benoit up, he shoots a takedown, goes into Benoit's world. Benoit ends up on top, finishes the fight. Patty, you go to the Poirier fight that Benoit had with Poirier. Dustin had him in all sorts of gillies, and Dustin's gillies is D1 failure, but he still was able to get all those gillies on him. You know, Patty's submissions are elite, and I think the grappling is going to work in Patty's favor, whether he reverses it, gets on top, or he finds a submission like he did on Bobby Green. On the feet, I think it's light years. I think Patty is light years above Benoit on the feet. People talk about Benoit's toughness. He's a very tough dude. I've seen Benoit put to sleep. I have not seen Patty put to sleep. The way Benoit ducks his head, I see knees up the middle from Patty that he likes to throw, the little jump knees, the little shoveling uppercuts he throws. Those are all going to land on Benoit. I see him cutting Benoit up pretty easily. Again, I don't know if he's going to finish him, but I am very confident that Patty gets this done, and I'm very shocked that he's an underdog.
Yeah, yeah. But for any gamblers out there, bet on Patty and you got good odds of making money.
Yes, you do.
I think it's time.
Yeah, it's time, bro. The main event of the evening. The world will be watching. Conor McGregor makes his return. There you go.
Conor McGregor, proper
There you
12.
go.
Me foot was a balloon.
Taking on Max Blessed Holloway. And you take it because I know who you're going with, and you break it down first.
Listen, man, I think, I think round one, I think we're going to see it, be a little bit of a slower round. I think they're going to, try and feel each other out. Conor can say all he wants about coming out and knocking him out first round. I don't see Conor getting in there and being all that aggressive first round. Maybe he is, but I think regardless of the results of the first round, I think second round, Max is going to find a shot, put down McGregor, and put all these McGregor fans back in their cave for good, once and for all.
Conor's winning this fight, man. Conor's winning this fight, and I'm so sick and tired of hearing that I'm seeing it now on fucking Instagram in the comments. People, because he hasn't been on the embedded episode, they think he's gonna pull out of the fight. Bro, the dude is locked in. The dude is locked in. He literally told Ariel he's going to not be doing as much media as he once has. He doesn't need to do media. He did media because he needed the money. He don't need the money right now. He's doing this for the love of the game. And the interview that came out last week with Oscar Willis on the Backlife YouTube channel, that dude is dialed in. They asked him, "Do you think Max has improved?" "I don't care." "How do you see this fight going?" "We're prepared for everything." These are the things he used to say. He's prepared for 5 rounds. He's not looking for a first round finish, as you just said, as all these people think he's saying. He is prepared for 5 rounds. He knows what's at stake here. And, we could talk about the inactivity. If anything, the thing that concerns me more than the inactivity is the injury that he received. That is a little bit more worrying. But the inactivity itself isn't what mind boggles me, because there's one thing to say for a guy that hasn't been taking damage the past 5 years, and a guy like Max who's been dropped 3 of his last 4 fights, been finished, has the record for the receiving the most significant strikes in UFC history, has the longest fight time in UFC history. And when you do side-by-side pictures, Max looks fucking older than him. The damage is taking a toll on Max. I think Conor's shots are going to bloody Max up, damage him up. I could see this going all 5 rounds, Conor winning. I could see Conor getting a first round, round two finish. But people saying Max is just going to knock him out. Max doesn't have one-shot knockout power, bro. Just because he finished fucking retard Gagey in the final 10 seconds when Gagey was already bloodied up, had a broken nose, decided to swing it out. The guy couldn't finish a drunken Poirier in his retirement fight. And he had Poirier doing the chicken dance, wobbled and everything. Couldn't finish him. Fucking couldn't finish Volk. Couldn't finish Ilya. Couldn't. He finished TKZ. Wow. Welcome to the club. I mean, who is this guy one shot knocked out that everybody's like, he's going to do that to Conor? If anything, it's going to be a barrage of strikes that just puts Conor down. Like he's always finished people. That's how Max finishes people. He's a volume striker. He's going to do a barrage of strikes. It's not going to be this one shot knockout that everybody's calling. And Conor's not going to be stupid like Gagey and in the last 10 seconds try and fucking slug it out. Respect to the champ, but he is a retard. Conor's not going to do that. So I wouldn't even be surprised if Conor takes Max down and controls him. I wouldn't. It would be smart for him to do that. He already did it. Granted, it was 13 years ago, but he did have a torn ACL when he did. So I'm not saying because Charles did it, McGregor could do it, but Max doesn't have the best takedown defense. and I could
You
see
know?
Conor working his grappling. I am very confident in Conor, and Conor is my lock of the. No, I'm playing, but I am very confident in Conor winning this fight, and the world can shut the fuck up. Because after he wins this fight, they'll be right back on his dick like he never left. And I could say, me and my boy Taylor, shout out my boy Taylor, we could say we never switched up. We have always believed.
Yeah, well, you know, it's nice to dream about that right now.
Not a dream. It's a insight into the future of what's gonna happen
Just
on
do me a
Saturday night.
favor and tell me what world has someone been able to come off from
GSP,
what 5-year layoff?
GSP.
And GSP had been coming off a 2-fight knockout loss,
He was coming off what people argued was a loss. That's why he retired in the first place.
but they were arguing that it was a loss. Conor's coming off of 2 knockout losses in a row.
One knockout loss. Get it right. You could say whatever you will on what's.
Look at the record books.
Hey, look at the record books.
If you
Cody No Love won last fight. We all know that that wasn't a win. We all know that that was wrong. Whatever the fuck that guy's
My
name was.
bank account says different.
Yeah, that was not Cody winning you that bet. That was the other guy being stupid and winning you that bet. Because Cody did not win that fight, and real analysis will tell you he didn't win that fight. He won because of nut shots, point deductions. Conor wasn't knocked out. If we're talking about just because you're saying he's coming off of 2 knockouts, right? So that must mean his chin's not there. If we're using that, if we're
His
going,
health, because a knockout it doesn't just imply a head strike. A knockout could be a shot to the body, it could be a shot to the leg, which it was. His
so that
health
so then
is
five
not
years
going to be
five, five,
100%.
five, 5 years removed, I would say his health has recovered in 5 years. Max has been knocked out, dropped more recently than he has. And Max has been taking beatings. Don't you forget that trilogy with Volk was in the same time. He got fucking pieced up for 5 rounds. Dominated. Even the Korean Zombie was putting it on him. He was all swollen up after that. Arnold Allen, all swollen after that fight.
Hey,
Gagey
man. Well,
dropped him. Ilya knocked him out. Dustin dropped him. Charles pieced him up. Fucking Charles. No head movement. Charles pieced him up. Did better than him on the feet. I don't want to
I
hear
mean,
that. This is what he does. Conor's gonna come back. He's gonna fucking beat Max. He's gonna get a title shot. Him versus Gagey, 155 pound. Conor gets his belt back, retires on top. That's what's gonna happen.
that's going to make a great clip if Conor loses on Saturday.
And it's gonna
That's
be it's gonna be a beautiful clip next year when you could come back to this when you could say, I predict these things.
yeah, yeah. I mean, you haven't done too well on predictions this year, but hey, maybe it starts now.
Hey, it wasn't my lock that fucked up our parlay.
It was one
You could
pick.
you could have took my 2 locks and our parlay would have hit.
One pick. We're talking one.
Yeah, Mr. Haraguchi over there.
Okay, I mean you picked
And
you
you
picked
picked
Manuel Torres.
no, you picked Fiziev because you were going against my pick on that one. Don't you forget before we started the pod you were gonna go against my pick.
Yeah,
If
well
I pick,
that's only because if you were picking Fiziev, I didn't want to.
and I'm due. I am due. I lost my first main event prediction, won the second. Lost my third,
You're due.
won my fourth.
I'm fucking due.
Yeah, keep
That's
waiting,
who's
buddy.
due. I'm due.
Keep waiting, buddy. Because next month when you're picking Islam and I'm picking Gary, yeah, then you could be due.
Yeah. Okay.
Because the next few weeks we're gonna be on the same page.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, we'll see.
But this is gonna be a great card, man. You know, I'm coming down to watch with you. You're gonna
Just
do a
soak,
little, huh?
just soak in the next few days. Because unfortunately, when the UFC, I've been a fan for too long. When the UFC has been on a rising streak, it's gonna start coming down. We had the White House last month. Conor's fighting this weekend. Regardless if you love him or hate him, after this card, it's gonna be like these next few cards after this just ain't hitting the same. Because we had so much to look forward to these past few months. Shemaev, Strickland, like there was a
You
lot of
just
good
gotta,
cards.
you just gotta hope your boy lives up to the hype, man.
Hey, don't worry, because if I'm wrong, don't go to school on Monday. Just don't.
Cutting that one out.
Bed Bedtime says it all the time.
Man. Now I think the only thing that's for certain for me is I think I'm gonna have more fun watching you watch this fight than I am gonna have watching the fight. So,
Why?
because I don't think it's gonna be as easy as you think it's gonna be.
I'm not saying it's gonna be easy. I'm just saying Conor's gonna win.
Yeah, it's all right. We'll get another JDM moment on video, and it's gonna be super entertaining.
You know what? JDM switched up on me. Okay.
Is that what happened?
He switched up on me because now he's training with the enemy. He's training with Max. He switched up on me.
Look at
And
that! Look at that!
now we could put Brady in front of him. Hell, fucking put Bonfim in front of him too.
Oh wow, you're abandoning your boy like that.
He switched up. He went to the
Yeah,
opposition. Can't do that. Can't do
yeah.
that.
So now you're just never gonna root for JDM again, right?
Nah, I'm gonna root for him. But this weekend he's the opposite.
Oh man,
He's the op this
awesome.
week.
Well, this is gonna be another fun one to look forward to. Like you said, this is the last big one for a while, so enjoy it while it lasts.
Exactly.
So
Press conference
finalizing now,
Thursday.
yeah, finalizing now, because you teased it during every single fight we just broke down. What is your lock of the card?
I didn't get this. I didn't think this through. Pains me to say it. Adrian Yanez gonna be the lock of the card for me.
I think, honestly, I think I'm gonna agree that that's the lock of the card. That's who I was thinking. I don't see anyone on this card really that I think, I'm more confident in. So, unless you want to, I guess, say Gable, we'll say,
Nah, because you know what we should do a parlay. We should do another parlay, violent parlay. So you could take Yanez, and then if my leg fucks up, I'll take Blaine this time. Patty Pimblett, money line.
y-
That's gonna be my luck.
I agree. The Patty Yanez parlay. That I think that's, it's still a risk financially, but it's got good odds of paying out. As far as close odds go, I'm more confident in this for sure.
So if we do, are you just taking Yanez money line, or are you doing by
Yeah,
knockout?
we'll take Yanez money line.
All right, Yanez, Patty gives you better odds than we got for the other one, plus 178.
Okay, so you could make some money off that.
$100 pays 178.
Yeah. So we got our Violent Life Parlay 2.
And that one I will slam this weekend. I will slam that shit.
Hit that one heavy. I actually got two straight money line bets. I bet on Max and I bet on Patty. So I got 15 on each. And I'll sprinkle some more as we get closer.
Well, you're gonna lose one of the 15. Oh,
We'll
dumbass.
see. We'll
Fucking
see.
dumbass.
We'll see. Yo. I swear to God, bro. Yo, you better pray to God that Conor wins because, brother, I have not forgotten Charles Oliveira versus Michael Chandler. I will. The second McGregor starts losing, dude, I'm gonna be in your face
Oh
like
my
you've
God.
never gotten before. So
You guys hear this dude? Guy picked Michael Chandler against Charles Oliveira. Dumbass. Like, and this is in the rematch. This isn't even the first one.
yeah, what happened in the first one, huh? Chandler almost got him out there. Whatever.
Oh my
Bad pick.
God.
Hindsight's 2020. I'm gonna be in your face if Conor fucks this up. So the pressure's on, buddy.
Ireland, baby, we did it.
Yeah, yeah. I think the islands of Hawaii are gonna be celebratory this Saturday, but we will see.
Yes, we will.
Awesome, brother. I think that's it for me. Anything for you?
That is it for me. And
All
next
right,
week is going to
man.
be a hell of a show when we come back and McGregor's back on top.
What are you gonna do if he loses, bro? Like,
I'm gonna be A-okay because it's not gonna happen.
well, I guess for anyone who's very invested in the results of this, tune in next week. Thank you, everybody, for listening. Please like and subscribe, and we'll be back next week to break down what happens between Conor and Max Holloway.
Yes, we will.
Peace out, y'all.
Peace.